Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is DeLady, and we're finally here with the very first speed build video of the Aquatic Pack. And obviously a huge thank you to Frontier Developments for giving me early access to the pack. I have been playing for a while now, for a few days, and this pack is just absolutely amazing. So right now, we're going to build a gray seal habitat because you guys voted for that in the poll on the community wall, so thank you so much for voting. And what I basically did was I created some kind of map out of a city zoo. It's nothing spectacular, but I just made a screenshot from the overview of the whole city zoo, and I was drawing out like, okay, where would I want to add the gray seal, the king penguin, the giant otter, and the dwarf caiman in the zoo. And I ended up with this area right in front of the Land of the Cold because I felt like with the new rocks we got with this pack, it does not feel exactly the right area to put it in the Land of the Cold. So I found this spot actually really nice for the gray seals. It is a huge spot in the end. I was like, this may be a little bit too big, but you can definitely see this more as some kind of rehabilitation center. Like we in the Netherlands, we also have this rehabilitation center which is called Zeehondencrash Pieterburen, and that one also helps with treating injured and sick seals. Also among them is the gray seal, so that is quite cool. And I do remember being there once as a kid, and it probably doesn't look at all like this, but I can imagine that this super big natural area can definitely work as a rehabilitation center before they will be released again into the wild, so that is super cool. But yeah, in the beginning of getting this pack, you are really trying to figure out like, okay, what kind of style do I want to go for? And especially in City Zoo, I don't really have too many super themed areas just like we have in the dome, which is inside, but on the outside it's not really, it's more natural, and I really wanted to stay in that vibe. So along the way, when I tried to create this natural habitat for the gray seals, the more I felt like, okay, this is really nice and this is really cool, but I really want to go also into a lot of themed areas and really go into the small little details when it comes down to that theming. So I decided along the way, when I finished, I think it was the giant otter habitat, which is also in City Zoo, I decided to also start an aquatic dome. So if you have been in my live stream yesterday, you've already saw the start of that king penguin habitat. It's going to be super amazing. It's going to be an indoor dome, so it's going to be less glassy on the top. So I'm going to try and play along with a lot of lights, because I have the feeling, and I'm not really sure if that was because of this new update and DLC, but I have the feeling that Frontier recently changed something with the lights and how they work when it's daytime on the inside of your building. So that is very interesting, and I can't wait to play around with that. It's going to be very challenging too because it's super new, but I really look forward to that. We made a really great start during my live stream with the king penguin habitat, so that's going to be super exciting. But yes, okay, back to the gray seal habitat, which we are building right now. This is basically going to fill the area in between the Land of the Cold and the rest of our city zoo, which is really nice. And at first, you will basically see me during the whole speed build playing around with the standard color you have with this new rock set. And as much as I really like that color, it's more of like a yellow sandy-ish color, and it really gives some kind of Atlantic feeling also to the area, which I really do like, because the gray seal is also known as the Atlantic seal, so it basically fits perfectly. But in the end, when I saw the overview of the whole zoo, I didn't really like the yellow color that much. So like at the very last, before I made some cinematic shots, I changed the color to a more darker grayish color, which still looks nice, and it's still, I think it blends in more with the area around it. I definitely think that fits more, even though I really do like the sandy color, don't get me wrong, but for City Zoo as a whole, I found that a bit better fitting in the end of the day. So this is more of a natural habitat, as just said, and I really can't wait to build a more like harbor-ish habitat for the gray seal in the aquatic dome we're going to build That is going to be a new zoo, by the way, so I'm super excited to start something new, as I also mentioned in my franchise mode series. But it's gonna take much longer, I think, also for that series to finish, because we don't have that many aquatic animals yet. And I also want to see what kind of animals will be updated from the base game pack, and just have more freedom in general of what kind of animals I'm going to add. Like, it wouldn't make any sense anymore to build a huge aquatic dome in City Zoo, because we already put down a lot of the animals. So we would be very limited with the amount of animals we could potentially put down again in that aquatic dome in City Zoo. That is also a reason why I really wanted to start a new zoo. I will probably upload the first episode tomorrow, and if you want to see more of the slow mode, definitely go and check out my Twitch channel, because we will be streaming again today at 7 p.m. CET, so I really look forward to see you guys there. It was an amazing stream yesterday. The hype was definitely real with the aquatic pack, so that is just super amazing. And well, I really didn't expect anything else. Like, this pack, when I first got my hands on it, the first day I was just looking at the animals for so long and just so much enjoying their diving animations, and it just gives a total different dimension and a total different vibe to the game, and I just really love it. So as you maybe can tell, we also have this underwater viewing gallery, which is basically a humongous area, which is the only area that doesn't really feel super natural in that way. So for the biggest part of this habitat, it really does feel like you come into some kind of different world. Maybe you kind of will forget that you are in a zoo. It's super relaxing, it's huge, it's super natural for the gray seals to just swim around and have some sandy beaches and stuff. And they only have a few of the jetty beddings just because I know that they really love that. So I really wanted to add those things, but actually didn't really feel right. But I was like, no, let's just put a few of them down so they can chill and sleep in the sun if they want to. But yeah, the underwater viewing part is a huge underwater viewing. It's actually maybe more fitting for sea lions instead of gray seals, but I think many of us are just dying to build habitats for the gray seals and also for sea lions, so it does not really matter in the end if we build them for sea lions or for gray seals. But I think it's just super cool to create underwater viewing galleries for these awesome aquatic animals. So it's a huge area with also some kind of rocky bridge feeling where they are able to swim underneath. I also made a tutorial about that, by the way, so if you're struggling with the depth of your habitat in your seal or penguin or otter habitat, definitely go and check out the video I've made about that. Just a short tutorial video to give you guys some tips and tricks of how to easily create a habitat that is deep enough for these amazing animals. So definitely go and check that one out. It is on the channel right now, and we'll link it in the description down below for you to easily find it. But yeah, they have some kind of rocky bridge in their water section to swim underneath, so that looks really cool. And yeah, in general, as I said, it's a quite big habitat. It's a quite big underwater viewing gallery, but I still do really like it. Even though it's very big, it really feels super natural and super awesome for the gray seals to just swim around and just enjoy their habitat without having to be super close at the guests. They can be if they want to, like the path goes really over and through the whole habitat. But yeah, the amount of space they have is really nice for them to just relax as well, a little bit further away of our guest in the zoo. But honestly, talking about these rocks are just so insanely good. I really felt like when I was building with these rocks, like, oh my god, I actually just want to redo my whole zoo now with all the natural habitats that we've made. Like, these rocks you can recolor to every color you want to, and that really gives you so much more freedom and so much more zoo-ish looking habitats. Like, a lot of the habitats right now that we have look very natural, but with these type of rocks, it gives the exact fake concrete feeling that you see a lot in zoos, and I just really love it. I think it looks absolutely amazing, and especially with the giant otter habitat that we also built, which will be the probably third video, because you guys voted for the gray seal, then the king penguin, and then the giant otter, so that will be the order that we're going to upload this time. So that will probably mean that on Friday, I will upload the otter habitat. And the otter habitat is completely different from the habitat you see right now, but I still use the same rocks. But that one is more tropical and more darker, and it really matches really nice with the mossy rocks in the game. So just changing the color, and it just really matches with that, and I just really like that. And oh man, these rocks are just so game-changing in a way. I really wish we had these rocks so much earlier. But yeah, I'm just super happy in general that we now have this really cool rock formation. I do like to see a little bit more variation in it, like the flat rocks, for example, and just I would like to see a few more rocks of these types to really be able to really create different areas with it without seeing the repetitive and the copy pasting a lot. So I would like to see a few more different variations in the rocks, but other than that, they're just fantastic. And the smaller rocks, they are just so nice to create those small little details in the game that you were actually missing of. I think definitely a lot of people will be just starting a new zoo because there are just so many more possibilities, not only with the underwater viewing galleries and the aquatic animals, but also just because of, I don't know, is that only me that I feel like those rocks are just so game-changing that a lot of people want to redo everything? Do let me know in the comments down below if you guys feel that way. Like, obviously, I'm not going to stop working on City Zoo. I'm having way too much fun. And it's also really nice to now finally have some kind of roadmap, or not really a roadmap, but like a map for myself to see where I want to build habitats and where everything is going to be the last thing. So if you guys are interested, do let me know in Discord and I can send it. Just like a very simple just overview of the whole map. But it's just fun to see. Yeah, so having the otter habitat is going to be right in front of the South America dome. So that will be kind of connected still to the Land of the Cold area with the gray seal and the king penguin. But yeah, I think in general it's just super amazing to see kind of the zoo feeling more coming together, being filled a little bit more. I do really like that. So I think that's just super amazing, and it's I'm just really enjoying the process in City Zoo so far with the new pack as well. So the underwater viewing gallery, what we are working on right now, you will see some kind of, I really don't know how to call it. I first felt like it's some kind of stage, but it's not really stage. It's the opposite, where the people sit, but I don't know if there's an English word for it. For those who don't know, I'm Dutch, so yeah, sometimes I just don't know the translation for things, so I have a hard time with explaining it, but hopefully you guys understand what I mean once you see what I was building. So there's basically some kind of stairs going in between the stairs, going up with like very low steps. And you see that a lot in zoos where you have this underwater viewing gallery and the people can just sit there or stand there and just enjoy the animals going behind the glass at the underwater viewing gallery, which just looks really amazing. And I tried to use the new wall set of the Aquatic Pack, and I don't know, this recolorable wood is also something like, it looks so amazing. I really do like it. And I saw a lot of people already starting to build harbors and stuff, because that is exactly the vibe you're getting also from watching the trailer with it. But there are so many possibilities with recolorable wood. This one is just super plain. I really do like it that we have this recolorable variation right now. And it just matches the area perfectly fine, even though I didn't want to go too much into thematics in this particular area, but I think it definitely fits, and it's still a little bit hidden away. Like on top of it, I wanted to have some kind of water fountain or something like that, but with the terrain I wasn't really able to get the water right in with the in-game fences, so unfortunately I had to change that idea, and I just used a lot of the rocks and the new statues we got in the game of the gray seal, which are just absolutely fantastic. I really do like the statues also that we got with this pack, but I really would love to see more type of, especially the bronze statues. I love the bronze statues, and I know we do have more animals in the game from the base game that also have bronze statues, I really would like to see bronze statues just for each and every animal, and just maybe also a white version so you can also recolor it like we have with the Aquatic Pack right now. I think something like that is definitely needed. I think that's something for me personally lacking in the game. Like, we have amazing signs with every pack, but it's all in the same style of that pack, and we don't have just one general theme that is from the base game with like signs from every animal and statues from every animal. I'm really missing out on that, because in all honesty, like something like City Zoo, I would rather just have bronze statues all over my zoo than using like weird colored statues, or like the Australian statues, for example. I'm only able to use them for my feeling because that is more of an indoor area, so that's why I did use them in that area. And like the South America Dome, you are able to use more of that theme, but once you go outside, I don't really feel comfortable with like using that theme on the outside, if that makes any sense to you guys. So yeah, I just really would love to see more bronze and recolorable statues for each and every animal in the game to really get like that same thematic feeling all over your zoo if you're building a city zoo, for example. I think definitely with the recolorable version, I think that can really be helpful for a lot of thematic zoos to just really create anything you like with the same style still. So yeah, in general, as I said, I'm just super excited and super happy with the pack so far. It really is opening new doors and new possibilities also for the future. I do really think, if you haven't seen the video yet that I made with the overview of the whole pack, I do really feel that these swimming animations of especially the seal and the penguins, it's definitely going to open so many doors. Because just imagine, for example, an aquarium DLC with sharks, for example. I think sharks are just going to be peanuts when it comes down to creating their swimming animations. If you already have the animations of the seal, which do really flippity floppity things, and the same goes for the penguins, like I think it's going to be so much easier to have more general bigger fish for this zoo game. I think that's going to be super awesome. I'm not talking about big sharks, I'm talking about nurse sharks and stuff, so the smaller animals. Because for those that are starting to comment already, I wish we had orcas or dolphins in the game. I'm very sorry, but Frontier made it very clear when the game launched that those type of animals, they feel that don't belong in zoos. So those kind of sized bigger animals might not end up in the game. But okay, you never know, because there are a lot of people asking for dolphins. I don't really think they will ever add orcas in the game, but many people asking for dolphins. I really don't know. If you add a shark, do you also add a dolphin? I don't know. I don't really want a discussion about that, to be completely honest, because at the end of the day, it's all up to Frontier what they are going to add and what they're not going to add. And what they did make clear is that the Planet Zoo is about a modern zoo. So yeah, I guess that it makes sense that, well, with all the controversial conversations the last few years about dolphins and orcas in places like SeaWorld, I don't really see that happening, but you never know. But yeah, other things like, as I said, like sharks or manta rays, I think it's definitely going to open more doors for those type of animals with an aquarium pack. I'm still a little bit confused about the exhibits. Like, I really was hoping that the terrapin would be more swimming in the exhibit, and now seeing it being actually on the same place, sometimes making a rotation animation, it actually makes me feel like, oh yeah, what else did you think, lady? All the reptiles are basically not moving in their exhibits, which is still pity. I think as much as you like to explore normal habitats, I would also really love to explore just an exhibit animal and seeing it move in the exhibit itself. But it's a choice that Frontier made, and yeah, why was I even surprised that the terrapin was not really moving? Even though it does move more, but it still makes me feel like a little bit worried about the future with maybe aquarium packs and exhibits being aquariums, because then you can't make an aquarium exhibit with fish that are just standing still. You can most likely, maybe, I don't know if that's the name for it, a marina. It's in Dutch. I think it's an eel, like the fish thingies you see with the Little Mermaid. Those two naughty fish. I really don't know the name of it in English. I only know the marina. It's a marina. I don't even know if it's the same name in English. I don't think so. It's an ale maybe? No, I don't think so. Anyways, I hope you guys understand what I mean if I say those are the naughty fish that you see in The Little Mermaid. I really don't know how else to explain it. Anyways, those type of animals can definitely be in an exhibit without them really having to move. But I can't really think of that many other. Well, maybe it will be coming down more to crabs, for example. That could be a thing, maybe. So maybe they will not really choose fish then. But hey, I'm just rambling that I'm thinking that they will get an aquarium DLC in the future, but we might not. So yeah, who knows? I really don't know. How do you guys feel about that? And especially when it comes down to the swimming animations, as I said, like for example, sharks or manta rays, and like the exhibits, like what can they do without having fish to move? If they don't want to have animals to move, because else they did that for the exhibits, right? So what would their plan be? I'm actually very curious how you guys feel about that, and I really do hope that we will ever see something like that, because in all honesty, how much I'm enjoying right now the aquatic and swimming animals, I really would love to see an aquarium pack even more now, because I'm just so much enjoying this, and I think I would even enjoy that more in comparison to an aviaries pack. And I'm just curious, that is just my honest opinion. I would love to have an aviaries pack, but if I need to choose between an aviaries pack and an aquarium pack, I would definitely go for an aquarium pack. I'm just curious, what would your preference be, and what are your thoughts about that? Do let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, do let me know what you guys think of this great zoo habitat in our city zoo. And of course, leave a like at the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And if you're excited for the aquatic dome, we're going to start tomorrow on the channel. Stay tuned for that. I'm super excited to share that with you guys. Make sure to join my live stream if you have some time and you would enjoy some more live building on Twitch. The link is in the description down below. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want to find me. All the links are also in the description down below. And yeah, I look forward to reading all your comments, and I really hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!